What up, Flatline Blades coming at you? Yeah, I already got a video with pretty much the mid-techs out there. And yes, I know that the Sebenza 31 exists. So somebody's going to ask me, why did I get a 3 or 4 year old 21 as my first Chris Reeves knife? Well, there's all kinds of factors. First of all, I like the knife. So I don't care what anybody else has to say or think. I mean, right? I mean, that's all that matters here. I will say this, not only do I like it, there's a great deal on it because it is older, because the 31 does exist now. But not only that, I realized that these things are pretty much gone now. I got this particular knife from Monkey Edge, and I am about to put a orange frag pattern on my XM18, and I think it's going to look really crazy with the purple hardware. So that's going to happen here in a minute. It's definitely cool. It's definitely different. But these things are pretty much gone now, this particular one. And yes, I could have spent just a mere $40 or $50 more and got multiple different choices and colorways from the Sebenza 31. I went this route because the 21 is the one that's been out forever. The 21 that is the one that has been praised. And basically worshipped by a lot of people out there. I did get a blue little lanyard from their website. I ended up buying a shirt, a patch, and this little lanyard with the bead on it. So brand new. I took the knife apart and I put the little lanyard on there. I do like it. It is different for me. Most of my knives are flippers. And if it's not a flipper, it's a push button automatic. If it's not a push button automatic, it is a freaking slider that is a OTF out the front, you know. This thing is crazy sharp though, from the factory. But cut once, think twice. I got a blue shirt that's exactly what it says on there too. That's also what my Chris Reeves patch that I got. So I think I kind of had planned it out. Anyway, this is not really too much of a video on it. I'm not going to sit here and do the tripod and all that stuff. I simply was going to bust it out. And because like I said, I took it apart. One thing that I am going to do, and I already have it in my cart somewhere, is I'm getting a matching blue pocket clip. I think after I do that, this thing is going to be pretty awesome. So anyway, my first Chris Reeves. I didn't even know that he pretty much invented the frame lock. I kept hearing there's been a lot of people that kind of just swear by these. And it definitely it's definitely razor sharp. And it does lock up like a bolt. Anyway, I'm about to take my Hinderer apart. And On camera, this thing looks a lot brighter than it does in person. That's kind of weird. It's kind of a perfect orange. It's not like fluorescent. It's more kind of in the middle. For whatever reason, it's looking darker on my camera than it is in person. But it's monkey edge, the frag pattern. I think with the purple hardware, it's going to look pretty crazy. Anyway, once I get some other stuff going on, I'll probably do a more proper video for this. I am going to try to open a knife store. That is the real bottom line truth here. So when somebody asks me, well, why don't you make videos of you using your knives and cutting and doing all this other stuff with it? First of all, other people are already doing that with virtually any knife that I'm going to get my hands on. So why do something that's already been done? And secondly, since I'm going to open a knife store, I want these knives that are technically and literally are brand new, that have never been used or carried, to stay like that. Why would I use and cut and go through a bunch of stuff to record just to record it, and then that knife is no longer, I can no longer say that it is new and hasn't been used. So that's my fine line. I definitely did not buy all my knives to get rid of all of them. I'm just saying that I've been chipping away. There's no way you can open a damn store if you don't have something to sell. So, I've also realized and looked into it, most of these knife companies out there will not let you be an authorized dealer, which means it comes with the lifetime warranties that whatever company offers for it. Unless you have an actual brick and mortar storefront. So, I cannot just have an online store and be an authorized dealer from all these places. Now, one or two of them might somehow let me do it. But if the mass majority says that you have to have an actual storefront to be an authorized dealer, then that is a gigantic hurdle for me right off the bat. So, because of the COVID stuff going on, because of a lot of different factors, it's going to take longer than I thought to get going. But it's okay, because I've decided that that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go 100% all in for it. Alright, anyway, rumbling about nothing. I'm about to take this apart, put the frag pattern orange scale on here, and that should definitely stand out and pop a lot too. I'm trying to get some stuff that changes up my collection. A lot of my first knives that were Spyderco's, Benchmades, and ZTs were all plain. They were black, gray, silver, satin. So I've made the conscious decision that if I'm spending the big money on getting a mid-tech level kind of knife, the $300, $400, $500, $600 range, then I'm going to get stuff with flair, you know. Purple, Jake Hoback Quayback, flakes of carbon fiber and real copper and copper skulls in my Zeba. Then you got this, you know, multiple different writings on here, but it's a lot of blue. Cut once, think twice. Now I'm going to have orange scale, purple hardware on my Hender XM18 3.5. The only knife that I didn't do something too special on was the first one that I pulled the trigger on as far as mid-tech goes. But because it's Chad Nichols Damascus, because the handle is not just straight flat or anything, and it's actually got a kind of a cool pattern going on, I decided to just roll with it like this. Now, if I could go back, I still would have bought the blue barrel spacers. Because if I did that, I probably would have either bought a blue clip or at least the Hender lock bar stabilizer. Anyway, alright, flatline blades, 10 minutes, saying a bunch of nothing. Alright, so I'm about to cut a video after I do this. See you in a little bit.